Well, David, we can now say welcome to BoxNation, because we had to sort of pull our punches a bit at Upton Park, didn't we, 10 days ago?
Yeah, we did, yeah. It's great, I'm grateful that Frank Maloney signed a deal with BoxNation to put my fight and his undercards on. And I'm exciting channel. It's great for boxing. It's providing entertainment for the fans, and hopefully I can add to that.
Well, welcome aboard, and you start off at home with a home game, if I can put it that way, to a Liverpool fan, against Audley Harrison. How do you view the prospect of facing Audley Harrison?
Well, for me, whichever way you look at this fight, it's a big fight. It's two big heavyweights, one on the way up, British Commonwealth champion, another one a former world heavyweight title challenger and European champion. Both Olympic medalists. It's Olympic year. It's got all the ingredients to be a great fight, and Audley Harrison's going to come into this fight wanting to redeem himself, and it's going to make for a fantastic fight.
You're saying that Audley has made just about every mistake you can as a professional fighter. Is the way his career has gone a bit of a warning to you? Yeah,
I think so. I just think the way, when he turned professional, I think he tried to do too many things at once, and his performance has suffered as a result, and then people got on his back a lot, and he come under a lot of criticism, and I think it affected him, and he definitely has underachieved as a professional, even though he has fought for a world title. But yeah, it's something to take note of as a young professional myself, on how he dealt with things, and I'm doing things my own way, but I think he's also showed the way not to do it at times.
In Olympic year, I guess he could say to you, and I'm sure he will before you step into the ring in the Echo Arena, there's my gold medal, where's yours?
Yeah, of course, yeah. He went out there and he's done the job in Sydney. I got to the semi-finals in Beijing, but on another day in 2008, I could have won the gold medal. I could have got to the final and won the gold medal. I had the ability to, just didn't happen at the time. Now the difference there is now I had to put up with the disappointment of being a bronze medalist at the Olympics. That's given me a drive and a hunger to succeed in the professionals like no other. I'm hungry. Audley Harrison didn't have that hunger. I've got it, and I want to get to the top, and I'm going to make sure I do. Nothing's going to stand in my way.
How aware are you that a lot of people would be going to the Echo Arena, and a lot would be turning on BoxNation on that night, hoping that you do a real number on Audley Harrison?
Yeah, a lot of people are going to want me to end his career. I've already seen people writing things like that, saying things like that. And it is a shame to have gone from a national hero in 2000 to a bit of a villain now, with the majority of people for Audley Harrison, but I've got no room for sympathy in this game. I've got to go out there and do a job, and, as I say, secure my future to move on to bigger and better things, and I'm doggedly determined to do that. I don't want to let anything stand in my way.
Just set out for us all then, David, what are your career goals now?
Well, obviously my career goal, my immediate goal is to defend my British and Commonwealth titles against Audley Harrison, and then Frank Maloney's going to plot a path to the top. He's going to manoeuvre me through the ratings, the world ratings, and we want to get to a position where I'm a mandatory challenger for the world heavyweight title. And by that time, I'll be ready to fight for a world title. So I don't like to look too far ahead, because different things can happen in boxing with injuries and things like that. But I'll focus on Audley Harrison. This time next year, I definitely want to be European champion.
Let me throw a couple of names at you from the domestic scene. Dereck Chisora, if the licence situation is sorted out, would you like to fight Dereck in the next 12 months?
Look, I want to fight opponents who are going to bring the best out of me and who are good fighters. And Dereck Chisora comes into that category. He's a really good fighter. Got a lot of respect for him because we've shared the ring in the gym a lot of times and punched holes in each other. And that's a fight that I'd have to answer questions in, and it's a fight that if I won, I'd get a lot of credibility for. So, yeah, that's a fight I'd be open to taking down the line. I think Dereck needs to have a rest because he's had a tough year. He's done really well, and let him enjoy his rest, and I'll take care of my business for the time being.
You talk about you taking care of your business. Do you think there's a sense of unfinished business with Tyson Fury, who stepped aside, really, didn't he?
It is unfinished business, but I have to try and put that to the back of my mind now, because he's obviously on a different path from me. That's become, that's obviously become apparent now. He's on a different path, and that fight's probably going to happen further down the line, providing we can both keep our undefeated records intact and both keep performing. So yeah, I mean, if the fight does happen and it's a massive fight, I'll probably be thankful that he sidestepped me at that time. But at the time, it was a disappointing thing to happen, because it was a fight that the whole of the country would love to have seen. But it's for another day now, I think.
I'm interested in you as a fighter, as a professional athlete, really, because unlike one or two other heavyweights, you always seem to be in pretty decent shape to me. There's no excessive timber that goes on when you're not fighting.
No. I like to stay in the gym. It's a short career that any boxer's got, and I like to stay in the gym and keep myself in good shape. And what I don't like doing is going straight into a training camp unfit, because the first 2 weeks of the camp you're in agony and you're sore, and it's not a nice place to be. And I learned that years ago. I mean, so I like to stay in the gym, and my trainer Franny Smith wouldn't have it any other way. We're in the gym working on strength, we're working on technical things, and I've got nothing else to do with my time as well. I'm a full-time professional boxer. I'm lucky enough to be in that position where I don't have to go to work, so it's my job to keep in the gym.
How much does it mean to you that this fight will be taking place in your home city, in Liverpool?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm delighted that it's at the Echo Arena. It's right on the waterfront. I made my professional debut at the Echo Arena, and it was like pretty much half full. It didn't really get that many people there, but I'm expecting a big crowd to turn out. The last fight at Aintree was superb atmosphere. The Scousers will always bring a great atmosphere, and I'm also expecting people from all over the country to come and watch me, because I'm building a big fan base, and I appreciate that. So it means an awful lot. I love fighting in Liverpool. It doesn't give me an extra pressure. I'm in my own surroundings. I'm comfortable, and it's something I'm really looking forward to doing again.
How much of a buzz does it give you then that you're not fighting someone who's people are going to have to search the records? Who is this guy? You're fighting a big name fighter in Audley Harrison.
A lot of people's grandmothers know who Audley Harrison is because of Strictly Come Dancing, or he's a household name, and that anyone who doesn't believe this fight is a big fight doesn't know anything about boxing as far as I'm concerned. It's a big fight. Audley Harrison, as I said before, ex-world heavyweight title challenger, ex-European champion. I'm on my way up. Audley's going to have a lot to say before the fight, I'd imagine, and to build his own self-belief going into the fight. And as I say, he wants to redeem himself from the last big fight he had against David Haye. He'll be hungry to make sure that doesn't happen again. And they're all the ingredients to make a superb fight.
One of your characteristics as a sportsman is that you don't denigrate your opponents. You don't have a go at your opponents. Are you prepared to be on the receiving end of a sort of verbal salvo from Audley? It's
something I've got to get used to, moving forward, because in this business it can have a big impact on a fight. But for me, my personality, I'm laid back. Anyone can say anything to me and it won't bother me. Audley Harrison can say what he wants, but I know as soon as that bell goes on the night, nothing's going to matter apart from what's happening in the ring, and that's what I can focus on. But if he's going to have a go, he'll have a go, and it'll just go over my head.
Just give us an indication on fight night then, David, when your laid back, very pleasant attitude, when does it actually change? Is it as late as when the bell goes, or when you arrive at the arena, or when you get your hand state? When do you click into the fight mode?
It's when I get my kit on and I get my glove, my hands wrapped up and strapped and taped, and I put them 10-ounce gloves on, because I go right throughout the training camp wearing 18-ounce gloves until the last week. And when I put them 10-ounce gloves on, I feel like Sugar Ray Leonard. So I'll get the gloves on before the fight and I start hitting the pads, and then the adrenaline starts pumping, and I want to, without sounding barbaric, I want to knock my opponents out. Don't get me wrong, I want them to be healthy and get up and be okay, but I want to get them out of there. I don't want to hang around in the ring for 12 rounds. If I have to, I will, but I want to provide entertainment for the fans and get them out of the way.
And that you've obviously planned your programme between now and fight night as well. A bit of R&R coming up for you.
Yeah, I'm going to have a little break this week, a little 5 days away with my mates, which has been arranged for a long time. And then I'm going to come back and go into an intense 10-week training camp. We've got we've got the sparring all set up already. You know, we've got, you know, me trainers really diligent with things like that. We're going to really do it professionally. Frank's got all the contacts. You know, we've got everything we need, and it's exciting. But I'll have a little break, try and keep switched off. I've had a bit of a stressful summer. Thankfully, Frank's got us on BoxNation, and it's great to be here. And now we can move forward.
It's great to have you with us, and it's an exciting prospect. You're absolutely right. Thanks for talking to us, Dave. Have a good break. We look forward to seeing you in action.
Sam, mate.